Hello, welcome back. Excuse me. Let's take this opportunity and discuss the innovation plan. The, the innovation plan has been designed to help you develop leadership skills as well as to show your ability to collaborate. This is a leadership and collaboration project. As educational leaders in your classrooms and in either child care centers, daycares, or other center settings, you have a responsibility to provide the best possible learning opportunities to the students in your care. So the goal, of course, of this project is to help you to identify a problem in the school that you have researched through your assignments related to the North Carolina Teacher Working and Learning Conditions Survey. So as a next step to learning about this problem or an opportunity for growth, analyze the school improvement plan and look at the school report card for the school that you have selected to see if that particular issue that you identified as a challenge has been addressed as an area of improvement. Then you must create a plan that is based upon the data to address the issue in a manner, excuse me, that positively impacts the students and the staff in the school. So there are certain parts for that plan, and you will be responsible for the following. Identification of the problem. In other words, make sure that your project, your plan has a title, and then provide an explanation of why it is a concern for this school. Remember now, you went back and you looked at the school improvement plan and you looked at a report card. The innovation plan that you create must align to the following. It must be related to the school mission and the needs, and it must have measurable goals. In other words, by the end of May, the students in the fifth grade, 80% of the students in the fifth grade will make a grade of 90 on a spelling test. Just say, for example, one area was reading or vocabulary. That's not probably in your school improvement plan, but I'm just saying if that had been an area that you selected and you provided tutoring for after school for students who needed that help, then that's the way you would probably or could word a measurable goal. Identify the resources that you need to help you develop your project or your plan. Be sure to look at what is available as well as how to access your resources. And just remember this, money won't always fix a school or a classroom issue. So you have to think outside the box. A plan of action to identify and recruit stakeholders to address the problem. Who is involved in helping you to implement this plan and explain why? And how will you encourage them to collaborate with you? Why is it important that they help you with your project so that it might be able to benefit the school? Also, you need to include a timeline for the implementation of the plan. Please indicate this by month, outlining the steps for implementation. For example, it should be maybe September, October, and November and everything that took place. And you may do this in bullet form. That's all you have to do. September 6th, we called a meeting. September 7th, called a meeting with the principal and assistant principal. September the 7th, bullet, we talked with the teachers on my team. September 8th, bullet form, we did this and so. Okay, and another item that you need to include is data analysis. What is your method for analyzing the data collected? Once you put it out there, how did you collect it? If you decided that your students needed to improve spelling scores, you would have the data to show that initially only 50% of the students made 95. So if you gave a spelling test in the interim, by the end, you would have the data to show that 95% of the students made 95% on their spelling test. So that's just the data, that's the method you could collect it. You used a pre-test and you used a post-test. What does the data show you? And you should include at least 2 indicators to support your plan: assessment data, attendance data, or discipline data. Another item, evaluation of the plan. That means you must provide us or show us the method that you used to determine if the initiative was successful or if there was still work that needed to be done. What does the school's data tell about the effectiveness of the changes in that particular school? If it's a classroom change, how will you know that you have met your goal for improvement? You will know that if you go back and look at that measurable goal that you set. Did you meet your goal? As it said in the beginning, the goal of this project is to see if you can identify a problem in a school and then create a plan to address the problem, to address the challenge, to address the issue. So it says included in this assignment, and we'll look at that, is a PDF of the rubric and a sample plan that has already been done. Of course, this plan is due, it says midnight Sunday, week 6. That is Saturday. I must change that. Midnight Saturday. All your assignments for me for this class are due midnight on Saturday. So let's take a look. Week 3, let me see if I can scroll down. It's week 2, the project. Let's see if I can get that open for you, and we'll look at that. Electronic evidence 6. This is a leadership collaboration. It's an innovation plan. And recommendation for school or classroom change reflecting research, a review of data sources, and of course, collaboration. This is the rubric. Make sure that you have clarity of statement, that you identify what school improvement resources you use. Was it a teacher working condition survey, school improvement plan, the school report card? Make sure that you've included how your project relates to the school mission and of course the need. Provide a measurable goal. Identify your resources that you needed to in order to achieve your goal. Who collaborated with you? What was your collaborative effort? Make sure you have a timeline and of course an evaluation of your plan. How was your plan evaluated? And this is some additional information, pretty much to say it helps you to understand a little better. And here, this one is log in to a child's future, parent and teacher involvement. See, you have a clarity of statement. And also in this statement, include just a little bit of research would be helpful. So read that. It's a clarity of the statement. The use of the school improvement resources. What kind of resources are going to be needed for your plan to be implemented? Then how does it relate to the school mission? What is the school mission and how does your project mesh with the school mission and the needs of the school? You're going to go back to your innovation plan. Go back to your school improvement plan to see how the two run together. Then, of course, you have your measurable goals, and those should be SMART goals as well. And if you notice here, it says, the belief is that there will be at least a 25% increase in parent attendance at PTA meetings and open house events by the end of the grading period on April the 26th. That is measurable. Identification of the resources to achieve the goal. What do you need in order to make sure that you meet the intent of your innovation plan? So make sure you read this. It'll give you an understanding. The collaborative effort, who? In this case, as a collaborative effort to incorporate this new parent involvement plan, many staff members have worked together, including the guidance counselor, the assistant principal, school improvement team, the math department, and several other teachers from other departments. Here's the timeline. January 2020, this is what happened. February 2012, I'm sorry, January 2012, they reviewed the school improvement plan, they reviewed the school report card, they sent a letter to the parents. February 12th, they began sending home weekly progress reports. They updated the classroom website, and I hope this is still sharing. I'm sorry. I hope this was sharing. Okay. In March, and they observed and recorded the differences. And in April, they reviewed the students' improvement and homework grades, reviewed overall grades, reviewed the dropout rates, reviewed the standardized benchmarks, and attended open house. Then they analyzed the data. Okay, you can read that for yourself. Then they evaluated. It says this innovation plan has had such a positive effect that more and more teachers have started using modified versions of it. Educational changes often start small, but have a potential to change lives. And of course, the data. On November 2011, there were 46 parents attended. April 13, there were 75. So they had an increase of 29, which was a total increase of 38%. And of course, you can see the students and then their homework grades and the percent that it improved. Okay, so I hope that that has provided for you the information you need in order to have your assignment ready to be uploaded whenever it's time. If you look back, it will share with you the week that it is due. Week 6, this plan is due week 6, and that will give me, I'm hoping, time to go through and correct them all. Remember, all your assignments for this course is due on Saturday by midnight, okay? And please remember to read your assignment directions, your assignment guidelines, and check your emails often. If you have questions, you know I can be reached via email. Okay, enjoy.